my best performance. I'm gonna put everything I have there in this fight.
Come Saturday, we're gonna all see.
And what we have here are two of the all-time greats.
I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
He's the GOAT. The GOAT is ready. The GOAT is the GOAT, and come Saturday night, we're gonna see some GOAT shit.
Coming up 3 weight classes is quite a feat.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford locked in a fiery glare, setting the stage for all-out war. The intensity of the stare-down is fans convinced this mega fight will be explosive. Building on that energy, Canelo Alvarez appeared to be enjoying every moment of the press conference, arriving to a wave of cheers before breaking into a dance for his fans, further electrifying the atmosphere ahead of the showdown. From there, Canelo expressed that he's feeling in peak condition and fully prepared to dismantle Terence Crawford once they step into the ring. He added that the anticipation for Saturday night has only fueled his determination to deliver a dominant performance.
My best performance. I'm gonna put everything I have there in this fight, and you're gonna see all my elements there in the fight. No, I feel great. For me, this fight means a lot, and I feel great, ready. I can't wait for Saturday night. And thank everybody coming to support the event, and I can't wait. Oh no, this fight for me is big. It's one of the biggest fights in my career for sure. Means a lot, this win, and it's gonna be in the very top.
On the other side, Terence Crawford emphasized that this clash will only serve to elevate the sport of boxing, believing that its impact will push the top fighters to begin facing each other more often. He assured that the long-standing debate surrounding him and Alvarez will be settled once and for all when they meet inside the ring.
Well, anybody can be a nobody, and for what everybody say, I haven't fought anybody, so come Saturday, we're gonna all see. Well, it's gonna be stamped in the history books, and the debate is going to be over. I think fights like this help the sport of boxing, grow in the sense of having the best fight the best. And it ain't gonna do nothing but make the sport better, and the best gonna start fighting the best.
Carrying that conviction, Crawford declared that this fight has arrived at the perfect moment in his career, stressing that this is his time and he's both excited and completely focused. He vowed to silence all the doubters and prove himself on Saturday night.
It feels great. For me, it couldn't happen at a better time. This is my time, like I've been saying, and come Saturday, I'm just gonna show the world. That's it.
No, I like to share the ring with the great fighters. That's why.
In addition, Max Kellerman praised the magnitude of the event, comparing its excitement to some of the most memorable moments in personal life. He highlighted that Mexican and American fans have long carried the sport of boxing, keeping its spirit alive.
Feel like a lot of boxing fans here. So I'm a boxing fan. I know what this feels like. It feels like your birthday or it's a holiday or something. You're about to open a present when you get a fight like this. Am I right? It feels so... Let me tell you why boxing might be entering a golden age right now, and this super fight, which is the biggest fight in a decade, might set it off. Because you all love boxing, right? I mean, especially Mexican and Mexican-American fans, you've been keeping boxing alive.
Kellerman noted that for the first time, influential figures like Turki Al-Sheikh, who truly love the sport, are working to elevate it.
The people bringing you this present love boxing. Let me start with His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh. Let me start with him, because if he's never born, none of us are here right now. This was his idea. And then Dana White. Dana White is the greatest combat sports promoter in my lifetime.
Additionally, Kellerman acknowledged that boxing has not yet reached the mainstream popularity level of MMA under the UFC banner, but he pointed out that with Dana White involved, there is now a genuine effort to push boxing to those same heights and build a strong institutional foundation.
So long, the people bringing you this present love boxing. Let me start with His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh. Let me start with him because if he's never born, none of us are here right now. This was his idea. And then Dana White. Dana White is the greatest combat sports promoter in my lifetime. He built an institution. You know why boxing's not as popular as it used to be anymore, right? UFC is really popular. That's because of Dana White. He built something like the NBA. Stop now, because he's about to do it for boxing again. For boxing now. You want an NBA or an NFL in boxing? Here it comes. Because he knows how to build an institution.
In a surprising turn of events, bitter rivals Canelo and Crawford joined forces in response to Max Kellerman's remarks, making it clear that boxing has always been a major force in sports and deserves the respect it commands. Canelo fired back at the suggestion that boxing was smaller, warning Kellerman not to downplay its stature. He added that while the sport may continue to grow, it has always stood as the bigger stage.
See y'all tomorrow.
No, it's always bigger, bigger and big. Don't say boxing is not big enough. Boxing is big. You know how big is boxing.
Should it get bigger, yes or no? Should it get bigger, Canelo?
Maybe it's gonna be bigger, but look, boxing is always big and big and bigger and bigger and bigger. We need to talk about that too. Boxing is boxing.
I love Canelo in English, by the way.
Boxing is boxing.
No lies. No lies.
Comparison.
How
No
do you do it?
comparison there.
So how do you do it? You have someone like...
My respect for the sport. Great job, everything, but boxing is boxing.
You have someone like Turki.
After being challenged by Canelo, Max Kellerman shifted his stance and turned to the statistics, explaining that this matchup is projected to be the most watched boxing event in nearly 50 years. He explained that with Netflix broadcasting the fight, the global reach will surpass anything seen since the days when Muhammad Ali fought Leon Spinks.
This event will be the most watched boxing match. I mean, championship level boxing match. I see you, Lennox. Championship level boxing match in almost 50 years because of Netflix. More people will watch this than any fight since Muhammad Ali fought Leon Spinks in 1978. And what we have here are two of the all-time greats. Canelo Alvarez is not just one of the greatest fighters in the history of Mexico, he's one of the greatest fighters, period. Canelo, you have anything else to say?
You're right there.
However, when the time came, it only heightened the drama. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford engaged in a tense face-off, their fiery glare capturing the raw intensity of the moment. The stare-down left fans certain that this long-awaited mega fight is set to deliver an explosive showdown inside the ring. Moreover, Austin Trout, who has previously shared the ring with Canelo Alvarez, reflected on the matchup by noting that styles make fights and Crawford's approach could present real challenges.
I think it's gonna be close, man. I love the Ali rhyming you had there, baby. I think it's gonna be a good fight. You know, I think it's gonna be a good fight. You know, at least for a while. You know, I think Crawford is stronger than we are giving him credit for. Remember, that man is a wrestler, and I have seen him manhandle, you know, heavyweight wrestlers before.
Expanding on that, he acknowledged that Canelo is an exceptional all-around fighter with vast experience against a wide range of opponents and success across multiple styles. Trout explained that Alvarez has always shown the ability to make adjustments, and the real question will be whether Crawford can adapt to those adjustments once the fight unfolds.
So I do. I think the styles make fights. Crawford has a style to give Canelo problems. Canelo, who's just an amazing fighter all around, has, great experience fighting all kinds of different fighters and success in all the different styles. I think he will make his adjustments. It's really going to see if Crawford will be able to adjust to the adjustments.
Moreover, Shakur Stevenson predicted that Saturday night will showcase a great performance from Terence Crawford. He expressed confidence that fans will witness the very best version of Crawford, explaining that he's coming to silence critics the same way he always has, with nothing expected to be different this time.
I'm with Terence every day.
What can you tell us about his mentality? How is he in the build-up to this fight?
He's the GOAT. The GOAT is ready. The GOAT is the GOAT, and come Saturday night, we're going to see some GOAT shit. Come Saturday night, you're going to see the best version of Terence Crawford. He's coming here to shut everybody up as he always do, and nothing's going to be different.
In addition, Stevenson credited his own hunger for success to Terence Crawford, explaining that Crawford's relentless competitiveness has influenced him.
Competitive person I ever met in my life. Actually, it kind of rubbed off on me, and that's one attribute that I appreciate him for, because it allowed me to chase my dreams and want to get better and better, and that's what he is.
He noted that being around Crawford pushed him to pursue great fights and chase the highest challenges in his own career.
But I think, and people want to say like I'm dick riding, they always going to say this, but like I feel like God put him in my life for that reason, like to rub off on me. Like it was moments where I felt like I could have drifted off, but Terence always kind of kept me on that same course. Like, bro, you tripping. This not what you need to be doing. When I got caught up in Miami with that situation, he was the first one on my phone, like, bro, come on, Shakur, this, that, and the third, bro. You did this wrong, you did this, and I appreciate him for that. So,
Furthermore, Lennox Lewis showcased his excitement and acknowledged that Terence Crawford has the potential to pull off the upset, praising him for stepping up 3 weight divisions to take on Canelo Alvarez. He explained that this level of determination is something only seen from the very greatest fighters, and he believes Crawford is capable of rising to the occasion.
We love this warm weather, we love this excitement. I can't say we love the gambling, but we love everything else. He can do it. I think coming up 3 weight classes is quite a feat, and only the few can do it. I think he's definitely capable of doing it. Like I said, he's kung fu to me. He's like, everything he does is kind of like martial arts, way he moves and way he punches. And he's a terrific fighter, strong fighter. Not only like he looks skinny, but he's strong as well. It's an interesting bout. It's going to be an interesting.
Lewis added that the bout will be a fascinating contest, noting that Crawford's best chance lies in keeping Canelo at a distance. Using movement, sharp combinations, and a disciplined right hand, he stressed the importance of defending against Canelo's body shots, warning that those punches can be bone-breaking if not handled properly.
Battle. I think if he can keep Canelo far out and he moves and keeps his combination, keeps that right hand in, doesn't get affected by Canelo's body punches, because Canelo, he breaks ribs when he throws body punches. So if he stays away from that, he should do well.
Meanwhile, Roy Jones Jr. shared that his first reaction to the matchup was pure excitement, calling it an incredible fight between 2 of the best in the division, meeting at 168 pounds. He described it as one of those rare events that fans simply cannot afford to miss.
My initial thoughts were that this is going to be an awesome fight. This is 2 of the best fighters of their eras, finally meeting at a catch weight, at Canelo's weight. And I'm thinking it's going to be a great night, and I still think just that. I think this is one of those fights that you can't miss. It has to be a good fight.
Jones went on to say that while many in the boxing world dream of a clash between Canelo Alvarez and Naoya Inoue, with Inoue being a more dangerous threat in his eyes, that fight would not generate the same global attention and commercial appeal as Canelo versus Crawford. He praised Terence Crawford for becoming undisputed in 2 weight divisions and remaining undefeated throughout his career, but pointed out that stepping into Canelo Alvarez's domain at super middleweight makes this matchup the more logical and compelling choice.
If you weigh the landscape, everybody wants to see him fight the monster, but the monster's a bigger guy and a bigger challenge and a bigger threat, in my opinion, because he's bigger. But you're gonna get probably not even a quarter of the money you're gonna get to fight Bud Crawford. If you fight Bud, who's the only guy to ever win in the 4-weight division era, unified champion twice in 2 different weight classes in the 4-belt era. Only guy. Historic guy that's never lost. But he's coming up to your weight class. And you're gonna get 3 times the money. Why would you not fight Bud right now?
Yeah.
It just makes more sense, right? You want to take a chance for a third of the money, or you can fight a guy that's got to come up to you for 3/4 more of the money. That's definitely my choice.
Yeah.
Echoing the excitement, Caleb Plant shared that Fight Week has been filled with big energy, and rightfully so, given the legendary matchup set for Saturday. He expressed his excitement for the event and emphasized that Terence Crawford's moving up in weight classes is an achievement that deserves recognition.
And obviously a lot of Fight Week festivities, big energy, and it's well deserved, you know, because this is a legendary fight, and we got this coming up this Saturday. So excited for it, and we'll see. You know, Terence is moving up 2 weight classes. You know, I'm sure you guys have heard it a million times. One fight at 154 and spent the rest of his career at 47 and 40 and 35. Canelo, with everything he's accomplished, you know, he's a great fighter. He's a legendary fighter who I also have a lot of respect for. So I think it's going to be a big weekend. I don't think it's going to be a snoozer, you know. And if anybody was to make it a snoozer, it'd be Terence, right? Because he's a smaller guy. He gets hit, he may start moving around.
In addition, Plant added that one of the qualities he most admires about Terence Crawford is his willingness to go out on his shield and ensure a great fight if the situation demands it. He explained that with Crawford's skill, strength, and overall ability, combined with everything Canelo brings to the ring, this showdown has all the ingredients to deliver an unforgettable battle and certainly will not be a dull affair.
You know, one thing that I love and respect about Terence so much is that he's willing to go out on his shield. You know, and that's something that I really respect about Terence. Is I know that he's willing to go out on his shield to make it a great fight if need be. But I think, you know, with his skill and his strength and his ability and, you know, everything else he's got going for him, I think he's going to make it a great fight. And everything that Canelo's got going, you know, and doing, you know, I don't think it's going to be a snoozer, like I said. So.
Moreover, Hamza Shiraz explained that when facing a fighter like Canelo, the key is either to overwhelm him with volume as Dmitry Bivol once did, or to hit him with enough power to earn his respect as Gennady Golovkin managed. He argued that Terence Crawford does not possess either of those advantages. While acknowledging Crawford as a highly talented fighter, Shiraz stressed that it cannot be overlooked that he's moving up 3 weight divisions for this challenge.
You just think Crawford's just not big enough?
Nah, I don't think he is, man. And the thing is, with someone like Canelo, you got to either throw punches in bunches like Bivol did, or you got to be there where he respects your power, like GGG and these guys. So it sounds a bit mad, but I don't think Crawford's got either or. He's talented, one of the best fighters in our generation, but you've got to remember you're going up 2 divisions, 3 divisions.
Yeah, 2 or 3 divisions.
It's different, the game's different up there.
And Canelo's not going anywhere, is it? Because he got clips. You mentioned Bivol there, and Bivol smashed him with quite a lot of big heavy shots.
Yeah.
And he coped.
He took it.
Never been down, has
Nah, he ate it, and it didn't phase him. So I don't see how Crawford can.
However, Antonio Tarver reflected on Canelo Alvarez's long journey in the sport, noting that he has been a true champion since the age of 15. Dedicating his entire life to boxing with no distractions from any other sport. Tarver pointed out that Alvarez has lived and breathed the fight game, but admitted that Terence Crawford represents his toughest test yet, as he has never faced a competitor with the relentless drive and determination that Crawford brings.
This is all Canelo ever known. Wasn't no football, no track, none of that. Boxing, bro. He live and eat and sleep the sport. You understand? An iconic Mexican figure in boxing on Mexican Independence Day, bro. And he's facing one of his toughest challenges because it ain't been a dog in that ring like Crawford in a long time, bro. And I think his mental approach to this fight and his talent and skill set is the difference, not the weight.
In the end, Antonio explained that for Canelo Alvarez to secure victory, he must slow Terence Crawford down and force him to question himself throughout the fight. On the other side, he noted that Crawford's path to winning lies in avoiding Canelo's body attack, emphasizing the need to block and defend effectively. Tarver stressed that Crawford must protect his ribs from Canelo's punishing body shots, which could prove decisive if left unchecked.
If he want to win this fight, he's going to have to slow Crawford down. He's going to have to, you know, take some of that conditioning away and make him doubt himself in this fight. You feel me? That's how Canelo wins. Crawford win, I believe, by just being able to avoid the body shots.
With legends, champions, and analysts weighing in, the stage is set for one of the most significant nights in modern boxing history. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have promised the fans nothing less than fireworks, and after their intense face-off, the anticipation has reached a fever pitch. When the bell rings, all the talk, predictions, and debates will fade, leaving only two men and the truth inside the ring. So comment your thoughts, share the video with a boxing fan, and subscribe to the channel because we bring you all the latest updates in one place.